European leaders have gathered in the Belgian capital with the conflict in Iran and the wider region looming large over the talks. Amid rising energy prices and pressure from the US to take stronger action, European leaders are continuing to push for a diplomatic resolution to the crisis. William Denselow reports for CNA from Brussels.
Exploring ways to get the European economy firing again. That was supposed to be the major crux of this gathering of European leaders. But geopolitics has very much dominated much of proceedings. When it comes to Ukraine, Slovakia and Hungary once again thwarting the rest of the bloc's efforts to pass a tranche of funding, a loan for Ukraine worth over $100 billion due to an oil pipeline dispute that they say they need to see resolved before providing a green light for that cash. The situation, though, in the Middle East and Iran very much front and centre for these European leaders here in Brussels. We've heard from Kaja Kallas, the EU's top diplomat and foreign affairs chief. She says that she wants to see an exit and not an escalation to this growing crisis. There have been calls from the Trump administration urging allies, including many here in Europe, to do more when it comes to reopening the Strait of Hormuz. That has very much been dismissed by many European leaders here. Friedrich Merz, the German chancellor, saying essentially before any kind of involvement can be discussed, there must be a silencing of the guns. Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary General, was here in Brussels for a meeting to discuss developments in Iran and the wider region. Speaking alongside Antonio Costa, the European Council President, Guterres had a warning to Iran, calling for them to stop attacking their neighbours. He also had a sharp message to Israel and the United States.
It's high time to end this war that is risking to get completely out of control, causing immense suffering on civilians, and with propagation around the global economy that is really dramatic.
This gathering also an opportunity for leaders to discuss the energy crisis that has emerged out of this conflict. There have been discussions on what can be done to help protect consumers from rising costs, despite the fact that the majority of liquefied natural gas comes from the United States and other nations like Norway, only a small proportion coming from Qatar and the region. But Europe certainly not immune from these global rising costs, and there have been discussions on what can be done in the short term to prevent them. There is discrepancy, some member states accusing others of using this crisis as an opportunity to cut back on climate policies. An overarching message we're hearing, though, from European leaders is the need for Europe to stay the course when it comes to its commitment to more renewable energy, saying that the bloc must simply become more self-sufficient to help weather from any potential future storms. For CNA, I'm William Denselow in Brussels.